Okay, so good morning, class 11. And today, to continue with our chapter on organic chemistry, we are going to start with reaction intermediates. What are reaction intermediates? As the name suggests, those molecules, ions, or atoms which are formed in the reaction. Means you don't take them in the beginning of the reaction. They are not a part of reactants. They are formed in the reaction and consumed within the reaction. They are neither the part of reactants and neither the part of products. Okay, so here it is. They are molecular entity. What is the meaning of molecular entity? Molecules, atoms or ions. Molecules, atoms or ions which are formed within the reaction and consumed within the reaction. Okay, they are called reaction intermediate. Intermediate means they are formed in between the reaction. They are formed in between the reaction. Okay, all right. Now next we go on to what are the examples of reaction intermediates. Free radicals, carbocation and carbanion. And repeat, free radicals, carbocation and carbanions. And there's a fourth one also which is not given in your NCERT, and that is carbenes. So that I will explain you later on. But for the time being, free radical, carbocation and carbanion. Alright, what is meant by homolytic fission of carbon-carbon bond? See, it is easy to study organic chemistry with the help of reaction mechanism. What is reaction mechanism? Step by step, okay? The reactants will break down and form reaction intermediates. The reaction intermediates are going to be the attacking reagents and they recombine to form products. So this is how organic reactions take place. The carbon-carbon bond, because organic chemistry is the study of carbon compounds and carbon shows the property of catenation. What is catenation? It is capable of forming long chain compounds because the amount of energy required to break carbon-carbon bond is very high. That is, bond dissociation enthalpy of a carbon-carbon bond is very high. That is, the bond is very strong. So, carbon forms hundreds of compounds because of this property of catenation. There are other elements also which show property of catenation like phosphorus and silicon, but they do not form very long chains. Okay, but carbon, even thousands of carbons can be linked together to form organic compounds. Now, the carbon-carbon bond can break in two ways. One is homolytic fission and the other is electrolytic fission. One is homolytic fission and the other is electrolytic fission. Now what is homolytic fission? Look here. This is carbon-carbon bond. One, this cross, just to differentiate, I have put a cross here and a dot here. This cross and dot. This electron is coming from this carbon and this is coming from this carbon. If the bond breaks like this, I have just shown it like this. You just draw it like this. Just put here, pen here and this. This shows homolytic fission. That means symmetrical breaking up of bond. This will take its electron back and this will take its electron back. Okay? And we will get two molecular entities like this. Carbon with a dot. What is this dot showing? Unpaired electron. Okay? Why forming a bond? Because it wanted to share and pair up its electron. Here it is falling short of one electron. Okay? So, this is the unpaired electron which makes it a highly reactive species. It reacts because it has to complete its octet. Its octet is incomplete. It will have 7 electrons in its valence shell. Okay? Now, this is your unpaired electron. Unpaired electron. Now, free radicals are formed by homolytic fission of a carbon-carbon single bond. Okay, homolytic fission of a carbon-carbon single bond. Then, what are the characteristics of these free radicals? When I say something like free radical, this picture should come to your mind. It has one unpaired electron, 7 electrons in the valence shell, and let us find out the state of hybridization of this. I have not written it on the blackboard, but I have told you reason it out. It has only one unpaired electron, and you know carbon. Carbon has 2 electrons in 2s, 2 electrons in 2p, 2 electrons in 2py, and 1 electron in 2pz, which is unpaired. Okay? But all the orbitals will be used for hybridization. So the state of hybridization is going to be sp3. All orbitals are used up. 2s, 2px, 2py, 2pz. Okay? So it is going to be sp3 hybridized. So free radicals have unpaired electron formed from molar equation of carbon-carbon bond, incomplete octet, have how many electrons? 7 electrons in the valence shell. State of hybridization is sp3, and the order of stability is tertiary free radical is greater than secondary is greater than primary. 3-degree free radical is greater than secondary is greater than primary. Now I have drawn them over here. Okay, see where is their 3-degree free radical. Here it is. This is a tertiary carbon atom, 3-degree, attached to 3 methyl groups, and 1 free radical is there. This is greater than secondary, 2 methyl groups, 1 hydrogen, and 1 free radical. Okay, and then it is primary, it is CH3, H and H, and 1 free radical. And then it is methyl group, 1 free radical. Okay, so this is order of stability. What is the reactivity of free radical due to presence of unpaired electron? What does it want? One electron. Wherever it will find one electron on the carbon chain, it will get attached to that. Okay, what is order of reactivity? Now anything in organic chemistry which is stable is less reactive. Anything which is stable is less reactive. So your stability order and reactivity order, they will be opposite to each other. Order of stability is this. So order of reactivity will be opposite. That is methyl free radical will be greater than 1 degree, will be greater than 2 degree, will be greater than 3 degree. So you learn only one of them, that is stability order, because it is more used, and the reactivity order will be just opposite to it. Okay, this is clear? Okay, we go on to the next reaction intermediate, that is carbocation. It is formed by hydrolytic fission of carbon-carbon double bond. So please look here. This is carbon-carbon double bond. One is sigma and the other is, what is the other one? Pi. Then, yes, the pi bond breaks like this. This gets a negative charge and this gets a positive charge. This gets a negative positive charge. Now, you look at this. Okay, the one having positive charge is known as cation. What is it known as? Carbo and cation with a positive charge. Cation has positive charge. Carbocation. And this is carbon ion. Carbon with a negative charge. Anion has a negative charge. Right? So carbocation and carbon ion is formed, and the COC. This is not the two electrons which are forming the pi bond are going to one carbon atom, and the other is losing one of its electron. Right? This is deficient of electron. This is getting full, yes, full 8 electrons now, because its octet will be complete. It was sharing and not as one with that electron. So this is it. Now what are the characteristics of carbocation? Okay, it has positive charge, right? It has sextet electrons, like we have octet of electrons. We also have sextet of electrons. Okay, now what is the meaning of sextet of electrons? Has in the valence shell. Where has the seventh one gone? It has already gone to carbon atom. Okay, empty p orbital. Orbital has been left. Okay, orbital has been left empty, and it will have an empty p orbital. It has lost its electron to carbon atom. Okay, alright. Next is stability order. Stability order is tertiary is greater than secondary, is greater than primary, is greater than methyl group. Tertiary carbocation is greater than secondary, is greater than 1 degree, is methyl carbocation. Okay. Now, Next is, this is tertiary carbocation I have drawn. Can you see? Can you see clearly? This is with three methyl groups and a positive charge. Okay, this positive charge, if it is increased, then this carbocation will become more reactive because it will try and get rid of that positive charge. But anything which decreases its positive charge, it is going to stabilize this carbocation. Now, methyl groups or all alkyl groups are electron donating. They give electrons. Remember that. Methyl groups or alkyl groups or ethyl groups, they are all electron donating. They are ready to give electrons. So, if we have three methyl groups, they will give electrons to this positively charged carbocation, and what will happen? The positive charge will be decreased, it will become less reactive or it will become more stable. Less reactive or, now here we have got only two groups. Two methyl groups means lesser electrons. Okay, so the positive charge will be still intensified, so it will be more reactive or less stable. So this is it how it goes. Now like here, positive charge on methyl, it has no alkyl group, no electrons will come from anywhere. So the charge density of positive charge is greater. So it is highly reactive. Okay, and less stable, least stable in fact. It is very reactive with CH3 plus. Okay, till here any. Yes, Ash, what happened? Okay. Don't speak now. Yeah. Look here. Is it visible, Arsh? The structure is visible. You can zoom in. This is carbon with CH3, CH3, CH3. Right? Three alkyl groups. What is the property of alkyl groups? They are electron donors. They give electrons. Why? I will explain it to you maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Tomorrow most probably will be doing inductive effect. I will explain you why. Then they just give electrons, right? And when the electrons will come here, this positive charge will be reduced. Because what does positive charge want? It wants electrons to nullify the charge. So it will decrease and it will become very stable. Here there are three alkyl groups. Here there are two alkyl groups. Here there is one alkyl group. And here there is no alkyl. Okay? So here the charge, positive charge will be least. So it will be most stable, right? Least reactive. They are opposite to each other. More stable, least reactive. Here this is going to be, it is going to be less stable. Here it will be even less, even lesser. So which is going to be the most reactive one? This. Which is going to be the, okay? Is this much clear to you? Okay. Now we will go on to carbon ion. Okay. Now see, is it clear? Where I have written carbon. Okay now? Now, now, now it is visible. You will see till the black part. Okay. All right. I think now it should be visible. Okay. Alright. Now what is carbon ion? Carbon ion is also formed by heterolytic fission of carbon-carbon double bond. Right? Okay. What is the first point that I have written? It has got negative charge. What has it got? Negative charge. Second, it has all 8 electrons. Why? Because it has taken 1 electron from the other carbon. So octet is complete. Okay. Order of stability. Now, how to remember this, because it is very confusing. So I am telling. Yes. See. Yes. Correct. It the density will increase. So they are just opposite to each other. So learn one order. See how to remember. 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree. This is the order for both free radical as well as carbocation. They both have this order because alkyl groups will give electrons which will increase their stability. Okay, so this is 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree. This is for free radical as well as carbocation. For carbon ion, it will be opposite. It will be 1 degree, then 2 degree, then 3 degree. And as Arsh has said, see 1 degree, what will happen? There is only one alkyl group. This is 2 alkyl group. This is 3. And if they will give their electrons to the methyl, to the carbon with negative charge, it will intensify the negative charge and it will make more reactive and less stable. Okay, so this is the stability order. So the reactivity order is opposite to stability order. Please underline this. Reactivity order is opposite to stability order. In 1 mark question, you have to read the question carefully whether stability order is asked or reactivity order is asked. Okay. So these were the 3 reaction intermediates about which you have done. Now, one thing more. Here I told you, in case of carbocation, state of hybridization will be sp3. Same is with carbon ion. Carbon ion octet is complete. So 2s and all the 3 2p orbitals, 2px, 2py, 2pz will have 2 electrons each. So that means state of hybridization of carbon ion will also be sp3. But in carbocation, it is going to lose one of its electron, it will be sp2. So write it. Yes. sp3, carbocation sp2, because it has lost one of its electron. So only 3 orbitals are required. It is forming 3 sigma bonds. Okay. So sp2 in carbocation, sp3 in carbon ion, because octet is complete, so 1s and all 3 p orbitals are used up. And in free radical, the last orbital has unpaired electron, so all 3 will be used up. So it is also going to be sp3, but carbocation will be sp2. Is that clear? So is this much clear to you? Alright. Next we go on to types of reactions. What are the various types of reactions we come across? You have done types of reactions in inorganic chemistry in lower classes, like decomposition, like double displacement, right? But these are different. See, types of reactions are of 4 types: substitution reaction, addition reaction, elimination reaction, and rearrangement reaction. So I will repeat: substitution reaction, addition reaction, elimination reaction, and rearrangement reaction. Okay? So what is substitution reaction? Okay? So what is substitution reaction? It takes place in alkanes, means saturated hydrocarbons, in single bond. Okay, substitution reaction takes place in alkanes, and as I had told you, in alkanes what happens, carbon carbon bond is very strong, carbon hydrogen bond is non-polar. So what will happen? It cannot be broken easily, right? Only thing, the hydrogen can be substituted. Something else is going to take the place of that hydrogen. Now, if a free radical, a nucleophile, or an electrophile can take the place of hydrogen. Look here, this is methane plus Cl dash Cl. What is Cl dash Cl? It is chlorine molecule, Cl2. Okay. On the arrow, I have written H nu. What is H nu? It is denoting sunlight. Photon. Energy of photon is H nu. This is sunlight. So if we take a mixture of methane, chlorine and leave it in sunlight, what will happen? This chlorine molecule will break by homolytic fission. One unpaired electron will go to this chlorine, one unpaired electron will go to this chlorine, two free radicals will be produced. One of the free radical will react with hydrogen to form HCl and the other free radical will take the place of this hydrogen. And you will get this compound. 3 hydrogen and chlorine. This is chloromethane. The name of this compound is chloromethane. Okay? So, here substitution has been caused by free radicals, so it is known as free radical substitution. Now, what is nucleophile and electrophile? Now, first we... Yes? Yes. Example of free radical substitution. Can you see the blackboard clearly now? This is your molecule. This is your chlorine molecule. Okay? Cl2. But two chlorine atoms are double bond. Then on the atom, I have written nu. What is this? Sunlight. This sunlight will give energy for this bond to break. It will form two free radicals. It will form two free radicals. One free radical will combine. This will also break by homolytic fission. This will also break by homolytic fission. Right? Here hydrogen free radical, here chlorine free radical. They will combine to form HCl. Okay? And the other free radical will take the place of hydrogen free radical. It will substitute. So you will get methyl chloromethane will be the name of the compound. Okay? Since substitution is caused by free radical, this is known as free radical substitution. Okay? Now, next is nucleophilic substitution. Nucleophile has a negative charge. Nucleophile, I will explain it to you just now. What is nucleophile? It is nucleus seeking. Nucleus seeking means looking around for nucleus. Looking around for nucleus means looking around for positive charge. So this should have either negative charge or it should have lone pair of electrons. Then only it will get attached to a positive center. Okay. Now, this is the compound. This is bromomethane. This nucleophile. This is more electronegative. So, it will take away the negative charge. This bond will break from here. And this will get a positive charge. Okay. This nucleophile will get attached here. And Br minus will be given out. This is the products which will be formed. Isn't it? Okay. What is an electrophile? Electrophile means Br minus, this will break electrolytic fission. Carbon is less electronegative, bromine is more electronegative, more greedy. It will take away both the electrons, get a minus charge. This will get a positive charge and quickly this will get attached over here because it is looking around for positive charge. Okay, so Br minus will be formed. Now electrophile. What is an electrophile? It is an electron seeking. It is electron seeking. Sorry, looking around for electron. It has to be positively charged or it should be deficient of electrons. Like Lewis acid, if you remember, Lewis acid, group 13 elements, aluminium chloride. BCl3, BF3. Okay, they only have 6 electrons, the central atom, because aluminum has, it is sharing 3 with chlorine. So it is electron deficient compound, right? Okay. Example I am giving you, electrophilic substitution in benzene. In the next chapter of organic, there are a whole lot of reactions of benzene. They are known as electrophilic substitution reactions in benzene. Attacking reagent is an electrophile. Now here, before I end the class, I have to explain you this because this has to be clarified. What is nucleophile? It is nucleus seeking, means looking around for positive charge. So either it will be negatively charged like Br minus, Cl minus, OH minus, all of them have negative charge. Where they will get attached on the carbon chain, where there is positive charge, means carbocation. Okay? Or if it is a neutral nucleophile, they have to be negative or neutral. Negative, I gave you Br minus, Cl minus, and OH minus. ठीक है? Then neutral, they will be electron deficient compound. Cl3, FeCl3. You can also have BCl3. They are Lewis acids, correct? Okay. Next, we have five. They are positively charged. Example. So far, you know only. We also have Cl plus, Br plus, NO2 plus, nitrogen, and methyl plus. Okay. Ah, yes. If chlorine breaks by hydrolytic fusion, we will have this. Okay. Then last is even having low pairs like ammonia, water, they will also behave like electrophile or nucleophile. Yeah, correct this. These will be they will be looking around. They will be looking around for electrons. Because their octet is incomplete. Electrophile. If they have nuclear, be nucleophile. They will look around for nuclear. Okay. H2O has two oxygen. So it will look around for